My name is Beth Gordon-Klingner, and I'm the Assistant Dean for Instructional Technology at Dyson College. My one quick tip for successful online teaching is to be responsive to students. I feel like in my years helping faculty and students with online learning, that's been consistently the one key aspect. And so we have faculty in Dyson teaching very high-tech online courses or very low-tech online courses, veteran faculty and new faculty, and the one common thread to a successful course is those faculty who are responsive to student needs really meet students' expectations, and students leave with a very satisfied feeling about their online experience. So I can't stress that enough, that faculty need to be responsive, and by responsive I mean being clear in how they're going to respond to students. It doesn't mean that they have to sit on top of their email, but that they tell students, I will respond to you within 24 hours, or I will be away for the next few days, so I may not be as responsive. Being very communicating with students about the kind of response they can expect from faculty and the role that faculty will play in the discussion board. That's what I mean by being responsive.
Hi, my name is Manuela Suarez. I'm full-time faculty in the MS in Publishing program here at PACE. I'm also the director of the graduate seminar. I use both podcasting and streaming video for my online and face-to-face classes. One of the reasons I do this is to bring real-life experience from the publishing world into the classroom, and to give students insights into how publishing works and into how professionals see their jobs and see their day-to-day experiences on the job. And so podcasting from stations like NPR about book publishing and the book publishing business, as well as interviews that I've conducted with, videotaped interviews I've conducted with industry professionals, are really helpful in the online environment.
I'm Marilyn Weigel, Professor of History and University Historian at Pace University's Pleasantville, Westchester County, New York campus. And for slightly more than a decade, I have had the privilege of teaching online. My most popular course is Wealth and the American Culture, which deals with the accumulation and utilization of great American fortunes. And what I have learned in a little more than a decade of teaching online is that it is essential to get the students involved from the very beginning. And I learned from a knowledgeable colleague that one way to do that, in addition to the usual icebreaker type exercise, which I call getting to know you, in addition to that, we have groups, and those groups are created very, very early, and students are expected to interact with one another, and I am constantly, quote unquote, looking over their shoulders and commenting, sometimes only adding a few words of encouragement, sometimes, however, helping to redirect the discussion if a student perhaps has gone off on a tangent. But I think that professorial involvement is very, very important. And for those online faculty who feel comfortable with the idea, it is not inadvisable to provide one's students with home telephone numbers. In my decades of teaching, I have never had a bad experience when I've given out home phone numbers. Students usually call only when they really need your help. And quite frankly, in our 24/7 environment, in which students are often working in addition to going to school, it is very helpful if they have my number, can contact me even on the weekend to discuss research papers, for example. I guess the bottom line for me, in terms of trying to create a very, very positive course experience for the undergraduates, has been not only getting the students involved and keeping them involved throughout the course, but also being available to them. Students really are most appreciative when they know that a faculty member is approachable, and it really has worked out quite well for me.
Hi, my name is Michelle Pulaski-Baling, and I have been teaching online since 2001. I teach in the Media and Communication Arts Department on the Pleasantville campus, and I teach professional communications online every semester. I teach understanding the mass media, persuasive communication online as well. And my online teaching tip would be to keep communication lines open with students as much as possible. I keep communication lines open with students in several ways. First, I send out a welcome letter each semester to my students and let them know what I expect from them in the course. I make the course available early so students can get in and introduce themselves. I set up an introduction area in the discussion board, and I respond to each one of them. Just a comment about their hobbies, welcoming to the class, that type of thing. Again, this kind of helps keep communication lines open. I email students several times a week. I let them know the assignments that are coming up. I post that in the announcements section as well. And I also let them know what things are due and if they haven't handed in homework. Another thing that I do to keep lines of communication open is I offer to talk to students on the phone. Sometimes I have classes that are 100% online and I never get to see the students, so we can arrange telephone calls to communicate as well. So those are my tips for keeping communication lines open in an online class.